Hey YouTube, it is the 29th of February today, so happy leap year day or whatever this day is called. In case you couldn't tell, I'm currently sitting outside, which is kind of disconcerting because there are like people walking around and I feel like they're judging me and stuff, especially because this is my second take and I'm basically saying the same stuff as my first take. So they probably think I'm crazy, but I'm doing this for you, YouTube, because in case you couldn't tell by the fact that I'm outside and wearing summer clothes, it is summer here, and for those of you who don't know, I'm in Australia. I've now been in Australia for like 9 whole days, so obviously I'm now an expert on Australia. Not really, but I wanted to make vlogs while I'm here. One, because I haven't made a vlog in like freaking forever, and two, because I mean, how often do you get to vlog from Australia, you know? Also, I decided to sit out here because I thought it would look prettier than me sitting in my dorm room. My dorm room's right that way. That's right, this balcony, it's mine. So awesome. I love it here so far. So I'm going to be studying here for the next 4 months. I still haven't been to all of my classes yet, so I can't tell you too much about that, but people always want to know what I'm studying while I'm here. So I'm just going to tell you the classes I'm taking. The first one is Intro to World Politics, then Understanding Global Development, which focuses on like issues of developing countries. Then I'm also taking Intro to Environmental Science. Later today I have my class about the history of the Middle East, which will count towards my history major back at St. Mary's. And my 5th class is Australian History and Society, which I'm super excited about because despite being here for a week, I know nothing about Australia, and even less about their history. It was really interesting. The first 2 classes I went to were like politics and stuff, and so they're just like blah blah blah, like all these like Australian politicians. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about the political system. Probably should have read up about that before I left, but oh well. And I feel even worse because they're all like talking about Obama and Bush and stuff, and they know like everything about American politics and I know nothing about their politics. So that's kind of awkward, but I'm super excited because the classes sound really interesting. So I figure for this first vlog I'd talk about some of the differences in how classes are set up here in Australia versus the American system. And so first off, in most American universities you have class for like an hour a day, like 3 times a week, or you may have it for like an hour and a half twice a week, or at least that's how it is at St. Mary's. But here you have one class and you just have it once a week, but it's like a 2-hour class, which they call a lecture, and then usually later in the day or possibly later in the week you have a 1-hour tutorial. Basically, a tutorial is a time for you to meet in smaller groups of people from your lecture to go over what the lecture was about and have class discussions and stuff like that, which I think some American universities have, but I go to a really small college, so we don't do that. So that's new, but it's interesting. And it's really interesting only having the class once a week because like I haven't figured out when I want to do my homework, because sometimes I just want to like get it done, but I can't do it like the same day I have the class, like right after the class, because it's going to be a whole week before we go over that material in class again. So still trying to figure that out. And part of the reason that Australia has this like 1 class, 1 day system is because most of the people who go to uni, what they call it university, most of them are commuters, so they live within like 30-ish minutes of the campus, and so they just come in on the days that they have classes, because most people just have 3 or 4 days of classes. I have 1 class on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 0 on Thursday, and 1 on Friday. So it's about the same number of hours as I would be in class at St. Mary's, it's just scheduled differently. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I just want to keep this video short and I don't want to do too much editing. But if you have any questions about what being in Australia is like, I can try and answer them for you. I mostly just hang out with the other Americans in my dorm, which is kind of lame but kind of nice to have other people who understand that you miss ketchup and don't understand this tomato sauce stuff they give you with your french fries. But yeah. So let me know if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for what I should do while I'm here. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Perth, which is in Western Australia, and basically, when you think of Australia, you're probably thinking of Eastern Australia because that's where Sydney and a lot of other major cities are. But I like Western Australia. It's cool. So yeah, questions, comments, suggestions down below, and I will hopefully make another vlog soon. So see you all later.